Did you know Africa had Muslim queens who commanded armies and ruled kingdoms? The story of Islamic civilization in Africa is often told through the deeds of kings, scholars, and traders, but behind the veil of history lies an extraordinary legacy: the forgotten Muslim queens of Africa. These women were not mere figures in the background. They were rulers, warriors, diplomats, and visionaries whose influence shaped the course of empires. Today, we journey back in time to rediscover the remarkable stories of queens like Amina of Zazzau and Sayyida al-Hurra, whose lives challenge our assumptions about power, leadership, and gender in Islamic Africa. Centuries ago, in the heart of West Africa, the city-state of Zazzau, modern-day Zaria in Nigeria, thrived as a center of wealth, culture, and Islamic learning. It was here, in the 16th century, that Queen Amina rose to power. Born into royalty, Amina was the granddaughter of Queen Bakwa Turunku, herself a formidable leader who had founded Zazzau's ruling dynasty. From a young age, Amina was trained in the art of warfare and governance, defying tradition to join the ranks of her brother's cavalry. Her skill and courage on the battlefield quickly earned her respect, and when her brother died, Amina ascended the throne as queen. Amina's reign was marked by expansion and innovation. She led her armies on horseback, wielding a sword and clad in chainmail, and embarked on a campaign to extend Zazzau's territory. Her conquests stretched far beyond the city walls, reaching deep into present-day Nigeria and beyond, establishing a network of fortified cities and trade routes that enriched her realm. Under her rule, Zazzau became a hub for the trans-Saharan trade, connecting merchants, scholars, and diplomats from across Africa and the Islamic world. But Amina was more than a warrior queen. She was a builder and a lawmaker, credited with constructing the famous walls of Zaria, defensive structures that stood for centuries as a testament to her vision and leadership. The legacy of Queen Amina endures not just in stone, but in the collective memory of West Africa, where her name evokes strength, wisdom, and the possibility of women's leadership in Muslim societies. Far to the north, along the glittering shores of the Mediterranean, another queen held sway over a very different world. Sayyida al-Hurra, whose name means the noble lady who is free and independent, was born in the late 15th century in the city of Tétouan, Morocco. Her life unfolded at a time of great upheaval, as the fall of Granada sent waves of refugees across North Africa and the rise of European powers threatened the autonomy of Muslim states. Sayyida al-Hurra's journey to power began as she navigated the turbulent politics of her time. As a young woman, she married the governor of Tétouan, and together they rebuilt the city into a thriving center for Andalusian exiles, scholars, and merchants. But her true ascent began after her husband's death, when she declared herself ruler of Tétouan, a rare move in a society dominated by male leaders. Sayyida al-Hurra governed with intelligence and resolve, forging alliances with other Muslim rulers and even marrying the powerful Sultan of Morocco, thus becoming queen consort while maintaining her autonomy as the ruler of Tétouan. What set Sayyida al-Hurra apart was her mastery of diplomacy and naval warfare. She commanded fleets of ships that patrolled the Mediterranean, defending her realm from European incursions and engaging in piracy against Spanish and Portuguese vessels. Her reign transformed Tétouan into a bastion of resistance, where refugees, traders, and fighters found sanctuary. European sources from the era speak of her with a mixture of fear and respect, referring to her simply as the Queen of Tétouan, a title she earned through her unwavering defiance. Sayyida al-Hurra's story is a testament to the complexities of power in Islamic Africa. She was a ruler, a diplomat, and at times a pirate queen, whose decisions shaped the fate of her city and its people. Her life reminds us that political authority in the pre-modern Islamic world was not the exclusive domain of men. Women could and did rise to the highest levels of leadership, shaping the destiny of nations. Beyond Amina and Sayyida al-Hurra, the tapestry of African history is woven with the stories of other Muslim queens and female leaders. In the Sudanese kingdom of Sennar, women played pivotal roles in diplomacy and governance, acting as regents and advisors to their sons and husbands. In the Swahili city-states along the East African coast, women wielded economic power as traders and patrons of the arts, contributing to the flourishing Islamic culture that defined the region. The legacies of these forgotten queens challenge the stereotypes that have long obscured women's achievements in Islamic history. Too often, the narrative has focused on male rulers and warriors, overlooking the contributions of women who built cities, commanded armies, and forged alliances across continents. Their stories invite us to reconsider what we know about leadership, courage, and the role of women in shaping civilization. Why were these queens forgotten? The answer lies partly in the way history is recorded and remembered. Oral traditions, local chronicles, and foreign accounts sometimes contradict each other, and the passing centuries have often favored the deeds of men over those of women. Yet in recent years, scholars, writers, and activists have begun to rediscover and celebrate the lives of these extraordinary women, drawing on archaeology, manuscripts, and oral histories to reconstruct their legacies. The forgotten Muslim queens of Africa remind us that history is not static. It is alive, evolving, and full of surprises. Their stories resonate today, inspiring new generations to challenge the boundaries of possibility and imagine a future where leadership knows no gender. As we reflect on the lives of Queen Amina, Sayyida al-Hura, and countless others, we see the enduring power of women's leadership in Islamic Africa. Their courage and vision continue to echo through the corridors of time, inviting us to honor, remember, and learn from the queens who shaped the destiny of a continent.